All right, welcome back to the shop. So in this video, I've got this transmission out of a D8N, and this was rebuilt about a year ago, just under a year ago. It's got over 1,000 hours on it. It was running great, shifting fine, everything was good on it. And then the company called me up and said, hey, we lost this transmission. They sent me a picture of the stuff in the screens. Here's the screens. They thought it was just full of rubber, but if you look at it, you could tell it's actually clutch material. So there's two packs in here, the forward and reverse pack, which is 1 and 2. 1 is a reverse, 2 is forward. And then when you go to the other packs, you have 3, 4, and 5. 3 is first gear, 4 is second gear, and 5 is first gear, I believe. If I have that, I think I might be backwards on it, but I think that's how it is. But anyways, on the reverse and forward packs, they're the elastomer discs. So Cat has paper discs like that. That's a paper disc. They have the sintered bronze discs, which I don't have one sitting around here, but that's what you'll find like in torque converter on a 740 has that. On a D400 has that. Some torque converters have them. I've seen them in other places too. And then there's also the elastomer discs, which are like a rubber. It seems like a rubber material, and that's what this stuff is. And this thing was out working not very far away, just a couple miles away, and it just lost forward. So I know what it is. I know it's pack number 2. It's the forward pack, and because I know what discs are in there, how those are. So I got to go ahead and take this apart and then see what all the damage is. Hopefully it's just the discs and cleaning a lot of stuff up. It's gonna be a lot of cleanup. So anyways, in this video, we're gonna go ahead and tear this thing apart and see what we can find in this thing. And yeah, let's go from there. All right, so I'm getting ready to flip this over so I can remove this. I've always called it a differential. It's not really a differential because it's this cross shaft has a bevel gear on it. There's like a pinion and a bevel gear, but it doesn't differentiate the drive. It's an equal amount of drive. The steering is controlled by the clutch packs and steering brakes. So, but anyways, I think they call it a transfer gear, whatever. We'll call it a transfer gear or a diff. I'm getting ready to take it off. I opened the door and you can get a lot better view of this red oil. Hopefully the camera's picking that up. So anyways, what I need to do, I have to pick this up and set it down so this back section of the transmission's on the ground. I'll put it on blocks, and then I can, there's some of these 12-point headed bolts, or half-inch coarse thread 12-point bolt. I gotta pull those out to split it, but once it's sitting upside down on here, you can't really get an impact on here. So what I do is I put a 3/8 bolt through here with a nut on it. I put 2 of those on there, and that way I can pull these bolts out. And then once I flip it over, it's real easy to get these off. Before I flip it over, I just got to move a couple of these pieces over. This is a 735 transmission I'm rebuilding for a customer. I'm just waiting on the pump drive torque converter housing. It's at the machine shop getting repaired. They repaired it. They didn't do what they were supposed to do, so they had to send it back. So they're doing it all over again for me. So I do have the parts to assemble this together. I just haven't had time. We just got done doing a couple of wheel brake units for 745. Before that, I had another transmission that I had to get done really quick. And then this one came in. I've got to get this done really quick. This one here, the machine's sitting in his yard, you know, waiting for this transmission. But it's not out in the field running right now, and you know, it's not a rush on that one. I just got to get it done to get it out of here. But this one's a rush. This one's down on the job site. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this over now. We'll get the diff off, and then I will get the camera back in here as we start taking the transmission itself apart. All right, so I've got the transfer gear lifted off, bevel gear, diff, whatever you want to call that thing. It's off. It's sitting over there. Now here's the transmission itself. This is just the mounting plate for it. Kind of holds everything together. This is the transmission itself. Here's the valve body. This is a mechanical, like hydraulic shift one. It's not electronic. That's all the valves in there. And then so we have a pack here, which is third gear, I believe, second gear, first gear, and forward. And that's exactly what I called it, that this forward was going to be messed up. These discs are just melted. That's the rubber elastomeric type of disc. So look at it just bulging out of there. So there's 2 ways you can go about taking this housing apart. First off, we'll pull the valve body off, and then we can either pull this unit out of this case via these bolts and then set it on some blocking, or set it down on, you know, on the plywood here and take it apart, or we can just start unstacking it, and then when we get to the last one, we can unbolt this here. I think I'm going to do it that way. I'm not sure yet. it's funny because if you look at like, so this transmission is almost the same. Like this section here is pretty much the same in D8Ns, D8Rs, D8Ts. They just change valves. There might be differences, I don't know, but they're basically the same. And it's funny when you look at the disassembly guides on these, some of them say to just take it apart with it sitting in the case, and some say to take the whole thing out of the case and disassemble it. So I don't know yet. I'll figure it out when I get there. So that's the first glance at the carnage in here. Let's go ahead and get this thing apart, and then we will kind of show you guys the rest of the stuff in here. Okay, so I've removed the first, second, and third speed packs. Nothing, you know, nothing crazy in there. There were a couple discs in one of these that were flaking. These are the paper discs that were flaking some pieces off, so we're going to go through those. You can probably change, I don't know, they might want to change them all because of this failure. Either that or we'll go through and just change out the ones that are starting to flake, or that pack anyways. And then this is the piston for the forward speed. So once it traveled too far, once the discs were, you know, it lost enough material, then it blew out past the seal here on the piston, and the inner seal blew out. So the guy was probably running it that whole time, you know, running it as this was slipping and failing and going bad, until it finally blew that seal, and then it lost forward altogether. So here's what it looks like with that cover off, with that manifold and the piston off. I started picking away at this stuff just to dig it off here to get this apart. And so you got the springs. You can tell those are new springs. It's got the updated springs. You can tell by the color. Let's get all those out. And then I lifted the first disc off, and then I remembered I better get the camera. I want to film this because the first disc is intact. Like, it's not melted down, it's not failing. So I'm going to stack all these in order, and then this will be the next plate. Okay, so the next one down, look at the next one down, is gone, and then it's melted onto this plate. It's interesting that the first disc isn't bad. I don't know why that would be. I'm gonna go ahead and lift this. Well, I just lifted out the camera. All right, so this is a disc. Was a disc. There we go. It lost material on both sides, and then that's the plate. Let's just throw that plate down. And then the next disc down lost its material. There it goes. On both sides. And then here's the next disc down. Lost material on this side and that side. There's our plate. And then we got the first disc, or last disc, and it is intact. That is strange. I don't understand why some would be, 3 of those are melted down, and is it 3 of them? 3 are melted down and 2 are in good shape. So we got 1, 2, yeah, 3 of them are melted down with no material left at all, and then 2 of them still have material on both sides. That's very strange. I don't understand why. Unfortunately, this feels good. Well, it should, because that disc didn't melt down. So that's good. That saves the piston, and it saves this manifold piece right here, because it didn't go metal to metal. It's just gonna be the discs and the plates. I'm gonna go ahead and get this off now, and I'll be able to see what reverse looks like. And then I'll bring the camera back in if there's anything to show. All right, so I just pulled the ring gear off of here, pulled all the mounting bolts out for this reverse housing. I just want to document this stuff. Here's the seal on this planetary housing. You can see the locks are still in place. The seal's okay. That's just an oil director seal anyways. It's not a big deal, but it just shows it's intact. The seals on this shaft are intact. And as I go, I'm gonna just document, you know, in case any seals are not intact anymore. So I got to get this planetary off and get this housing off, and then we can get the reverse apart. Okay, I just pulled that off. That actually wasn't a manifold, it was a reaction plate. So I got that reaction plate off of here, so it mounts it to the case, and, you know, goes between the forward and reverse. You can see here as well, here's the discs for reverse. I'm going to go ahead and lift them out. So far I don't see any damage on them, so yeah, they're not going to be damaged. If there is, I'll video that. But the forward is the hardest working pack, so that one's always engaged no matter what you're doing. Your first, second, or third forward, it's always engaged. Reverse it's not, but these don't work hard in reverse. All you're going to do is be backing up or maybe back dragging. That's it. We're going forward, you're ripping, you're pushing, you're dozing. Okay, I just got this planetary unit ring gear stuff. I removed it from that reverse housing, manifold housing, and then here's the seals underneath. So both the steels are in good shape and the O-ring's good. That's an O-ring groove right there, or I mean a snap ring groove right there. So that seal's intact, these seals are intact. Now I'll get the rest of these shaft apart so we can make sure all the seals are good there. All right, so I lifted off, removed that planetary unit, pulled that off, and there's no seals involved in that. There's one seal on that gear, I'll have to look at that. And then I just picked this up and flipped it over to get the shaft out, and this O-ring is intact. These seals were the ones I already took off. These were the metal rings, and then that was the O-ring, another yellow O-ring, and that was a retaining ring. So all the seals were intact. There was nothing, no oil leakage in, as far as that goes, in between packs or anything like that, or down the shafts. Because sometimes these can be suspect, or these, because they can get damaged when you install everything, when you assemble it. But these are all good. I don't know what failed. I don't know why. If it was a pack that failed, if it was something with the oil, or if something in the valving. So definitely when this one gets back together, I think it'd be a really good idea for them to get a dynoed and make sure all the pressures are set right, make sure that's all correct, just in case, in case the pressures are a little low for forward or whatever. I don't know, just to make sure. But that's it on this one. If I do make a video out of this, I'm not sure if I will. I kind of videoed it in the idea that I might do a video, and also just to document what I found inside, because it's only got about 1,000 hours on it. But typically, that's a lot of work, 1,000 hours. So if something was assembled wrong or something was like that, that should have showed itself in the first, like right away, like I would think 10 hours, right? Something like that. But it's almost 1,000 hours on it. Everything else looks good and clean inside there. There's no metal in the system. There's nothing like that. We just have those discs that are bad. So now when we go back together, we definitely have a lot of cleanup to do. Make sure every port's cleaned out. Make sure this rubber crap is plugging anything up. The valves are definitely got to be just totally taken apart, cleaned out, put back together, and then replace all the seals and bad parts. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hit the like button if you liked the video at all. Subscribe if you haven't already, and please share with a friend. And thank you guys for watching.